3 and 4 spot in Alana and Gabby Leach.
Sierra Harrison's really kind of stepped up from Mizzou to be this ace on the staff. She's come in, started a lot of the Friday, Sunday starts in the SEC series for Mizzou as a senior, really trying to put the team on her back to get these wins for her team.
On a back foul, it's rather chilly. There's some ominous clouds overhead. The lights are already on for this game one where it seems like there might be a potential for rain in the forecast. But Sierra Harrison was 12-0 last Saturday. Just a 5-inning run rule victory for the Crimson Tide. Harrison off the edge of her mitt. Glove flip, not in time. Funky little backhanded or barehanded play. She's in there at first from Abby Hay, but Ella Dodge somehow finds her way aboard.
Sierra Harrison is normally so good at
3 with 10 and 1 with 11. Pretty deep offense as this is scooped in the air out towards right field. Carr still going back on the warning track for the first out, tagging and moving up 60 feet to second. Knocked in there with the headlong dive. Forrester, out there and right.
That was really good base running by Dodge there to be able to tag up on that play. She could see that Forrester was
for a few minutes there and fell behind. 3-0 swinging away, cracking it right back up the middle. Alana Leach with the base hit. Throw comes all the way home. Back down to second on the money. Abrascato comes down Alana Leach.
What a great defensive play. Kaylee Langer comes a little bit. The ball's going to be tough coming off the grass with how much rain we just had here in Columbia. You can see she sails it over her cutoff. Abrascato does a great job meeting that ball and throwing a strike right to Sophie Smith.
Delay. A lot of action on the first pitch back. 3-0 swing. You get the hit. Langer, who threw out a runner on Sunday against Arkansas at the plate there, the right fielder. 1-2 count to the junior from the Woodlands of Texas. Rolls one over on the ground to second. Sophie Smith is right there. And the inning is over. Good bounce back after the delay for Sierra Harrison in Missouri.
Throw as hard as Carlin Pickens. We know Carlin Pickens as the flamethrower for this Tennessee staff, but she has a lot of spin. She hits a drop ball at 65, and then the rise ball and curve ball, which is really hard to read out of her hand on which is it going to be the curve ball or is it going to be the rise ball? Really just been a spark plug coming off the bench as a pinch hitter, and Larissa Anderson looking for anything she can right now to get some offense going for the Tigers.
And Annie Waits sets the stage, and this is one of the more patient batters in the SEC. 38 walks on the season. And make it 39. Now solo sixth in single season program history. And she has now drawn 9 walks in her last 6 games. It was a huge win for the team, not just RPI-wise and confidence-wise, as this is a buck that's popped up from Abby Carr. That's not what the Tigers wanted to see as Morrison collects it for the first out.
When Larissa Anderson's kind of moved her lineup around.
Out there, what's the approach knowing that runs are going to come at a premium and it's going to be tough to get on base any way, shape, or form?
Well, I think you really have to take advantage. You have to take advantage of the walks right now. Addie Waits getting on a leadoff walk. You have to take advantage of that, and you have to be able to manufacture runs against this Tennessee pitching staff.
So Abby Hay will come up with 2. At one point, they were 7 and 15 on the ground towards second. Dodge to fall for 1. And they're at the corners now with 2 away.
It's going to be a tricky defense out there for both teams. Just with the ball is going to be a little slicker. You saw there, instead of it being a double play, just able to get that runner at second base. Both teams are going to have to make sure that they are really.
A couple of walks, a fielder's choice, and that attempted sacrifice pop out from Abby Carr so far. And now it's 3-0 to Forrester. He's got 10 home runs and 27 runs batted in. And the bases are loaded in the first for Missouri. That's 3 walks already.
I think unless you're talking about a pitching machine, it's probably not very many, Max.
Driven in the air towards right field, back to the wall, and it's caught on the warning track by Gabby Leach. A big ride from Sanaya Hill, but David Pickens comes in and strands a trio of Tigers. 0-2 didn't miss by much. Taylor Holly is the batter. .318 average, 4 homers and 20 RBIs for the freshman from Murrieta, California. He's running a 3-game hit streak. That is the longest active on the team. Check swing, ground ball, weakly hit towards up to Grove. Gets rid of it quickly, and it's time to beat Holly by half a step.
The longest active in the SEC is so hard. It's hard to get a routine going. It's hard to get, back-to-back games in with good hits and good at-bats, just with the pitching that you're facing and the defense that you're facing. So 3 games doesn't sound like much, but it is.
Nelson Morrison, first pitch swinging, grounds out to second. There's 3 straight ground balls on the infield. Well, both teams had some traffic. And watch out for what this offense can do, because if this offense finds its groove, we already know with the 3 pitchers they have, they can take down anybody, anytime.
Yeah, if this Tennessee lineup can start putting a lot more runs on the board, they are going to be deadly in the postseason.
Just 1 for 8 over the weekend versus the Crimson Tide, and she's punched out here. And that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the senior Sierra Harrison. And I like how you said, it is a pitching staff, right? It's not where you're leaning on one person to make 2 starts, go the distance twice, and maybe figure out the other game. They really like to use all 3.
They use all 3, and really in any spot in the game, as we just saw, Carlin Pickens came in the first inning in relief, and to be able to bring her in the first inning, I know she can go the distance.
4-1 versus Alabama to take the series. First SEC team to take a series from Bama this year. And then obviously you're moved up a day this week too, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
A little bit of short rest for this Tennessee team to come in. That's a lot of they had to come in and travel. They weren't playing 2 series at home. So you're late in the season. It's kind of the grind part.
In 48 second innings combined. That is unbelievable.
You like your chances if you're Tennessee out there right now.
Consistently, and you have these 3 pitchers going normally. On the ground towards third, backhanded by Rutan to throw. Unable to be dug out on the other end by Clark. Both these infields are so sure-handed, especially Rutan and Ball on the second or on the left side of this Lady Vols. The other side for Tennessee and your Carlin Pickens This is a Missouri team that's last in the conference in slugging and average. You go right after them.
Yeah, and Carlin Pickens is going right after them. She's getting in a groove. She has a very high tempo when she's out there in the circle.
She deals with a couple of comebackers to bookend a scoreless second inning. We've completed 2.
Calmer weather down there where they're used to playing. Missouri used to playing with could be 40 degrees, could be 70 degrees.
Voss scoops one out towards left field, and it takes Sierra Harrison as 1 pitch to retire Bella Faw. That's 5 straight retired for the senior right-hand team. They love to be ready to attack that first pitch and get their swings off. And that is something that Karen Weekly likes to harp on. Does not ever like, it sounds like, a straight tank. And go right after it from the jump. This is back-to-back first pitch swinging. And it's a fly out the other way this time for Maddie Rutan.
That could really be a benefit for Sierra Harrison out there in the circle.
Sierra Harrison and recorded just 1 out. And then over the course of the next 7 outs, it only took her, 17 pitches. And this should do it for the inning. Back-to-back, an easy 3 up, 3 down.
That's really hard when you have a young and inexperienced team.
Abby Carr flares one down the right field line. That's going to touch down for a base hit. Leadoff single for Carr to start this 3rd inning. But during their struggles, they were still finding ways to win. And that's obviously with teams that are consistent national threats in the Women's College World Series too. For Missouri, when they were struggling, they were losing tight of late.
Yeah, and that's hard to do when you have a young team, right? They're used to being the best. They're used to being able to come in and absolutely dominate every aspect of the game. So when you come into SEC play, it's a little bit different. So they had to relearn how to win. And really, if you can get on top of this pitch from Carlin Pickens, it's going to go a long ways in a hurry. But you have to be on time, just like Larissa Anderson was talking about before this inning started. They have to be on time.
3-homered on Tuesday. 2 on the ground towards third. Stepping on the back for 1. Double play. Rutan with the turn. Just like
There's that off-speed pitch by Pickens out there at 65 miles an hour, which doesn't seem like much of an off-speed pitch, but if you're used to seeing her throw 75, that's really going to throw the hitters off.
Weekly rolled over off the end of the bat to Dodge. She takes care of it to end the inning. The first two reach, but no damage dealt. Carlin Pickens, the back-to-back SEC Pitcher of the Year. Tennessee's hoping they can win 3 games here maybe this week and get a sweep and move up to a top 4 spot in the double bye. In a single elimination tournament, 2 days off does a whole lot for you.
It does a lot for you in the SEC tournament, but then also just kind of going back into the postseason. If you can get into where you're hosting a super regional after that regional, that could be huge. It's so much easier to play at home.
Clark on the ground, pulled towards Octa Grove. And how about this stretch here from Sierra Harrison? He's now 8 straight retired.
Tennessee's very aggressive in the box as hitters. They're swinging at a lot of first, second balls, a few pop-ups in the outfield, but doing a really good job of relying on her defense.
So when you're getting a lot of first pitch swings, how does that change what you're doing in the circle as that's rocking it out towards right field? That'll end the stretch. Solana Leach is now 2 for 2 with a couple singles.
I think you're going to see Harrison start creeping outside a little bit more, maybe creeping in a little bit.
She gets aboard on a base hit. That's got to enter the mind, right?
Oh, it's got to be in her mind constantly, right? Even if she doesn't get on base.
You got to get at least a single. Harrison's 2-2. And strike 3. That's the second K for Harrison. Gabby Leach, they dig that at the plate. The present right now for both of these teams, but it's a lot of players who you just kind of can't help but think about what the future's going to look like too.
And how they develop as hitters and how they develop as, on their defense and pitchers and all this stuff. I just think it's so cool to watch them. If you can have an athlete stay at a school for 4 years now, which is a little bit more rare.
Oh, he goes down swinging, back-to-back Ks for Sierra Harrison. Halfway through the 4th, still hitting a single and then a walk. The big double play off the bat of Hay, and then the ground out from Forrester to end the inning. Any of the 3 pitchers on the staff, Marjetko, Pickens, or Newer, and that's coming in as a starter in relief, late relief, long relief. They could kind of all work as Swiss Army knives. Tanaya Hill up for the second time. What a great swing. On some high velo for Pickens, her first time up, flew out to the warning track and right. And fly out to right field. This was the reaction. Stranding 3 on a long fly ball, and his score was first inning.
Well, listen, she has really been a spark plug for this offense.
Bouncing ball towards Dodge. Leadoff batter retired.
And as you mentioned, it's probably the first time Sanaya Hill has seen 75 miles per hour coming out of the circle. It's the first time
A quick 0-2 hole. I love the emotion that Colin Pickens was displaying on Monday and that dominant effort in relief against Alabama. And it's a quick 3-pitch K for Pickens. And she is making light work of the bottom third of his lineup so far.
So strong out there in the circle, but she really gets into a groove. She starts to move very quickly. Her tempo is high.
Awfully difficult to go out there and lower your earned run average in any given outing.
When it's that low already, it's very difficult.
You got to be nearly perfect. Sophie Smith struck out on 3 pitches her first time up. Down 1-2 here. Again, she is now 0 for her last 32 and another breeze of an inning for Carlin Pickens. 3 up, 3 down, They had 2 hits in that first, only 1 knock since. Lana Leach seems 3 and 2 of the game's 5 base hits so far. That's hit sharply right back up the box into center. Nelson Morrison setting the table with the leadoff single. Second time the leadoff batter has reached for the Lady Vols. Because, hey, you're in the SEC now.
Yeah, it can be a little bit of a mind game too, right? Of, can I make it? Can I do it here? It's a lot tougher competition, but, can I have the same numbers at Tennessee that I did at Boise State?
Knight down 1-2, tapper right back to Harrison. She fumbles it and has no play. Oh, a massive miscue for a team that leads the nation in defensive fielding percentage. Back in the first inning, but that was a single, was a much more difficult play, especially with the rain coming down too. Ball is 9 sack bunts. That's the most on the team. junior from Sugar Hill, Georgia, trying to get it down. Second time is the charm. That's fumbled for a second, regathered, and just barely fumbled it, and then couldn't get a good grip. Had a double pump, but ultimately gets the out.
So she was charging almost a little too hard. That bunt almost got by her. Fall almost just pushed that bunt right past her, which really would have put this Missouri.
Infield drawn in, and she ropes one back into center. Tennessee's going to strike first. A pitch hit, two-run single for Mackenzie Butt.
What a big situation. Needing Tennessee to get some runs across the board. Does a great job driving that ball right back up the middle to get the two.
Trying to turn that as quick as she could and just never came up with a softball. 2-2 to Ella Dodge. On one hop, knocked down by Updegrove. Play to first, not in time. Number 25, Florida Dodge. On one hop, knocked down by Updegrove. Play to first, not in time. Number 25, Florida. Number 15, Oklahoma play the second.
Told them to have good quality at bats, right? String some together, and they've definitely done that. Even, on that ball that Harrison wasn't able to make the play on, it was still a good hard hit ball.
Little looper stepping on second for one. Got to apply the tag, and that is the double play that Missouri was searching for earlier in this half inning. A funky one, Smith to Waits.
Such high velocity, and she's able to throw the ball out of the zone, get these Missouri hitters to chase the ball a little bit.
Gone 3 1/3 innings of shutout softball so far. 3 strikeouts to a walk. 2 hits against her. One was maybe a borderline error, so one really clean hit, we'd say, against her. And now, most importantly.
So instead of being defensive, they're going to have to go up and be a lot more aggressive. Carla Pickens going to have to throw the ball in the zone. She throws the ball really hard. They got to be able to attack it and be on time.
Payoff pitch, got her swinging, tied her up with 75 on the hands. That's 3 straight swinging Ks for Carlin Pickens. Currently sitting in 6th in the regular season standings. It came behind Texas and Texas A&M. Trying to get it.
Tennessee already has a pitching staff, right? They have 3 of the best pitchers in the nation. But if you can get a double bye in the SEC tournament, you can save your arms a little bit for that deep run in the postseason.
4 straight strikeouts for Pickens. Called it natural amnesia. Which doesn't inherently sound like a compliment, but it absolutely is, especially when you're, a reliever coming in late in games and trying to lock down W's. You've got to forget about it.
Just forget about it. Move on.
Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. 5 straight strikeouts for Carlin Pickens. There's a
success there at the plate against Sierra Harrison.
Great swing this time, too. Laced out towards deep center field, and it is out of here. A 3-for-3 night for Alana Leach. Should make it 3-0 Tennessee.
Alana Leach has had 3.
Mind your players about those ones.
And I think most competitors would, right? They're all going to remember the bad stuff. So that's how you learn from it. That's how you get better. So she's definitely going to be able to take you through those.
Back-to-back base hits. That'll bring up Taylor Holly. And now it's just add-on time. It's about insurance for Tennessee because they've got a 3-run lead, and they've got Pickens, who kind of leached 3-0 and then came back. First 4 innings in shutout fashion. But 3 runs allowed over the course of the last 3 outs recorded. And now Holly with a little count leverage. Pulls one. That's going to sneak through the right side. 3 straight hits. A good throw into the infield will make it so Leach moves up just 60 feet. The second has already blossomed with 3 with the solo shot from Alana Leach this inning. On the ground right towards third, and a double play, a huge couple of outs for Abby Carr. Addie Waits turns it 5-3. On the ground, right towards third, and a double play, and a huge couple of outs for Abby Carr. Addie Waits turns it 5-3.
Abby Carr comes in. She comes in relief situations more often than she starts, and she comes in really tough situations, which as a freshman able to come in as Abby Carr has had is so impressive.
So far, that ground ball right back to Harrison. The second batter in that fifth inning was misplayed, and it led to 2 runs. Back up the middle, diving stop. Throw coming home from Grove, and they get the out at the dish. Madison Grove, a terrific job to keep it on the in.
Just so hard when she has that high velocity to get your hands through.
Abrascato deep out towards right center, a no-doubter. Way out of here for Stefania Abrascato. And
Abrascato has a lot of power at the plate. When you pair that with a pitcher throwing 75 miles an hour, that ball is going to get out of here in a hurry and go a very long ways.
Here's that long ball from Abrascato. Got one elevated and did not miss.
Abrascato likes the ball up in the zone. That ball just didn't get enough out of the zone.
Slow bouncing ball towards first. That is out number 1 as Clark takes it herself.
That's a big out by Pickens.
When things maybe aren't going her way, it's kind of just because she doesn't have the proper feel.
This is how Coach Weekly's calling in some signs with the plates.
Strike 3 called. What a bounce back after the home run. Fell behind Hay 3-0. Got her out and now gets a 7th strikeout. And she down. You can see that smile on the face of Carla Pickens. Tried to shove 76 in on the thumbs again and almost got another K. Gets the strikeout anyways. 24 points higher in SEC play. That 250 mark is tied for the 3rd best on the team. It was 9 for 36 entering this series. Check swing, unable to hold up. It's a punch out to start the 7th. Abby Carr tallies her first strikeout.
Insurance runs. We have Carlin Pickens out there in the circle. This Missouri lineup can put some runs on the board in a hurry, and especially if they can, get on time and kind of put a barrel on the Carlin Pickens pitch. Make this game interesting.
Hard one, Hopper backhand and Waits quickly to her feet. Oh, what a play at the high corner. That's the defense we've grown to expect from this young. So do the magnitude and the importance of every game. 2-2 ripped out to center. Langer got spun around. Has to play it on a hop off the wall. Throw to second. He's a little tardy. And would dodge in with a 2-out double. And that certainly will not go down as an error, but a misread and a rare one from Langer. And now that's given Emma Clark an opportunity. Tennessee is 3 for 6 with runners at scoring position, 4 for 12 with runners on. Missouri does not have a hit yet tonight, with anybody on base 0 for 6. Cued off the end of the bat, right back Waits' direction. She'll take care of it to end the inning. 3-1 game, 3 outs to go as Carlin Pickens